All right, guys, I am here with my weekly What Sold video. I'm going to share with you what sold for me recently on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and Depop, and let you know kind of what's selling. So that way, hopefully, you can know what to be picking up or maybe what to pass on when you're out at the thrift store shopping for your reselling business. So if you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so down below. I do normally 4 reseller videos a week to help you with your business. This is going to be a little bit of a shorter video because if you guys watch my channel, Tuesday I released a ship with me video. I just showed myself packaging up things from Friday, Saturday, Sunday's sales. So I'm just going to talk about Monday through Thursday sales, but I will have all of my numbers for the full week at the end so we can talk about the profit that I have made. And spoiler alert, it wasn't good. Luckily, I had a couple of better sales days since I talked to you guys last, but it still overall was not good. So we will see how it goes this weekend. I hope it's better. So that being said, let me minimize myself and we will talk about, let's just talk about Mercari first. I finally had one sale on Mercari and it was this Land's End sweater that sold for $27.99. This was a women's size medium, blue and green striped. I grabbed it because it was 100% cashmere. So with cashmere, things can be more valuable. Obviously, a little bit appealing, still sold for a good price. So that's great. We will, I have that opened up twice. And then we will talk about Depop. Depop, I made a few sales. So let me see on my calendar. So I'm going to talk about sales from, the 6th through the 10th. So let me go to all. And we will go right here. First up was an Eileen Fisher dress. This sold for, excuse me, I'm going to cough. $27.99. This was a size medium dress. Where can I put myself where I won't be in the way? Size medium dress. I think it might have been linen. It was an older tag you can see right here, but if it's a good fabric, oh, it's 100% cotton. Just a burgundy tank dress, but like that's a good classic look for Eileen Fisher. After that, I sold this Sourpuss cardigan sweater for $15. This is like a goth brand. I actually sold this once before and it got returned to me. It had these birds embroidered on it. So about halfway through the week when my sales continued to be really crappy, I decided to just go ahead and take every offer. I've taken every offer since Tuesday afternoon, I think. Now, if it was something really crazy ridiculous, like 20 on a 500, I'm not going to, but it's at least helped me stay somewhat like better with my sales. I took an offer of this for, I think it says $20.79. That was the dropped price because I had it on sale. I think I accepted an offer. Does it say it over here? Yeah, $16 on that. This is a vintage Victoria's Secret like slip nightgown. Some girls will wear these like as little mini dresses, and for some reason it's not opening it. Oh, here we go. So here's what it looks like. It was teal satin lace with a little bow detail in the rhinestones. It was very cute. It was from the early 2000s. And then the last thing I sold was this men's Patagonia hat. This sold for $30.60. This was new with tags. I got this at my local Goodwill just a few days ago, and it sold in one day. So that was great. It retailed at $59. So I am happy with those Depop sales. And before we go on anymore, I do want to talk about the company that I use for my not cross-listing, automation for my eBay and my Poshmark. So if you guys are not automating your stores, you are wasting time in your business. I will say that with confidence because I used to do that. I used to share my own Poshmark closet and I was basically doing it nonstop because I know that on Poshmark, you have to share your items to get them to the top of the search. And most of the sales are coming from that first page in the search. So if your item's not at the top, it's a really low chance that it's going to get bought. So with eBay, you don't do the shares, but the offers to watchers and the relists have been really beneficial to me. So you can choose offers to watchers. You can make different rules here. I send out 20% for the first month after I've had it for a month. I'm doing 30% right now. I am doing more aggressive offers with my sales being slow to try to make more sales. And then recreates is like a relist. I am doing 15 items an hour once a day. I have been selling off some old inventory. I used to never relist, but I have changed my mind on that. So really helpful with that. And then the Poshmark, again, all of the different automations that you can do. The sharing is one of the most important. And then I think offers to likers as well. I do 2 minutes after they've liked it. If you don't send something out soon, they're going to keep shopping And if it's not a price they want at the buy it now price, or if you don't respond to their offer, they might buy something from someone else. So it's really important to be sending these out quickly. They do party shares, return, follows, follow new closets. You can also do bundle creations where you can send out a certain offer for bundles, which is great too. So if you haven't yet done anything like that for your store or your closets and you want to try it out, please consider trying out Prime Lister down below. It's going to be the pinned comment and the first thing in the description. You can use the link to save in your first month. Let me know any questions that you have, and let's get back into our sales. This is an upload, a YouTube upload video.
Bit that you can.
Oops, I'm watching McThriftsy. I thought I started uploading my video for Saturday. We'll check back on that. Let's go on to Poshmark. Okay, sorry, I had to check. My sister's texting me. We have some volleyball stuff going on. What's new? It's volleyball season. All right, first thing, a pair of Nike shoes, men's, size 10, sold for $20. These are a pair of Flyknit shoes. The Flyknit shoes can do pretty good still with different styles. Some do better than others. I've had these for a little while, so glad to move them on. Next up, I had a pair of Merrell shoes that sold for $21. These were the green Vapor Glove 4. They were very, very lightweight, and they were like a barefoot shoe. So the barefoot shoes can do really well in multiple brands. After that, I sold this bundle for $82. It was 5 items, a Marmot jacket, 2 of these are Cohees cardigan sweaters. These were just vintage sweaters that I thought were a cool style, but they have sat for a while. An Overland sweater and an Eddie Bauer sweater. So I had a 20% off bundle offer. She sent me one even lower. I just took it. Move out 5 items, make some sort of profit yesterday. Here's a pair of buckle jeans that sold for $25. These were the Parker Skinnies. And so skinny jeans are still selling. People like buckle jeans. They know them. They know the fit. So I would look up comps on the different ones that you're seeing. See what your cost of goods are if you feel like this is something you want to pick up for your business. Next up, I sold these Doc Marten boots for $30. These were a women's size 9, 1460, just a classic style. You can't get a ton for some of the basic newer styles anymore. They're just kind of oversaturated, so I'm happy still with the $30 sale. I sold this vintage blue sweatshirt for $20. This was a cat print, and this sold within hours, which I figured it would. I was hoping to try to get 25, but I was like, again, just taking every offer. So really cute cat embroidery with the flowers. If you guys see anything with cats on it, I would probably pick it up. This is a J. McLaughlin pair of pants that sold for $31, size 8, brown velvet high-rise slim fit pants. A lot of J. McLaughlin I get is summer type items, but this was a more of a fall piece. This was exciting. These are a pair of old Gringo boots. They sold for my full asking price within hours, so maybe I could have listed them even higher. If they were like the taller ones, I would have, but these were like a little bit over the ankle. They're a size 8.5. They were a pair of leather, like Western boots with a heart and embroidery. I did actually get these off of Mercari. So I paid $30 plus shipping for these on Mercari, and then I sold them for $150, which is amazing. So that was, I think, definitely my best sale of the week and my most exciting sale. So be on the lookout for Old Gringo. This is a vintage 90s Y2K top that I accepted an offer of $10. All of these things are definitely style-based, so you don't know exact comps on them. So I'm like, sure, somebody wants it, taking offers, go ahead. Next up are these Dansko shoes that sold for $21. These were in a size 39. Black patent leather with the pink breast cancer awareness ribbon. Speaking of breast cancer awareness, our like volleyball group, they're like, oh, let's have a breast cancer awareness night and everybody wear pink. But what kind of annoys me when, I don't care that it's my own club, but like when people do that stuff, when you don't actually donate money toward breast cancer research. Side note, I also think that they have a cure for cancer, and there is cures for cancer, but they make so much money off of cancer that they're not going to talk about that. Either way, when people do breast cancer awareness but don't actually donate money, I'm like, okay, this is dumb. You're just trying to be cute and wear pink. Like, everybody's aware of it. Okay, I'm done ranting. This is an Under Armour men's hoodie. This sold super fast for $30. It was the Real Tree Camo collaboration. It was pretty worn out. You can't see any of the material, like, details. But I decided to sell this myself, and it sold super quick. So hunting season, I think, is going to be coming up. So keep an eye out for those. Next up, I sold this Old Navy dress for $18. This was in a size 2X. It was a blue fit and flare twist front dress, and it was new with tags. I was experimenting a little bit with some plus size Old Navy dresses this past summer. I sold this Athleta sweatshirt for $21. This was in a women's size medium. It was a full zip, almost like a crop fit, cream colored hoodie. I sold this Faherty top for $46. This was a women's size extra large, ribbed cotton cashmere. It was called the Miki Polo, and it was new, retailed for $168. I only got $46. The retail value means nothing for the resale value. You got to look at market price, and I have had this for probably at least 6 months. Next up was a Coach purse. This sold for $44. I got this out of a Coach thread-up rescue box, so not a ton of profit there. Animal print with the red leather trim. Possibly could have got a little bit more for this, but I decided just to take this offer and get it moved out. Next up was an Eileen Fisher top that sold for $25. This was in a size 1X. It was a light pink, relaxed fit top. It was also 100% linen, so linen does make the value go up. A pair of Allegria shoes that sold for a whopping $4. So we have an $150 sale and we have a $4 sale. I swear I've had these things for a year and a half, forever. They were in excellent condition, but nobody wanted these, and they were literally about ready to get donated. So at least someone got them, I guess. Oh, here's another great sale. This was an Ulla Johnson skirt. This sold for $125, which is amazing. I got this skirt off of the putback rack, like by the dressing rooms at the Goodwill. It was in a size 4. Comps were so good. These denim midi skirts are really on trend right now. And so yeah, $124. Yay. Not everything from Ulla sells that well. Next, vintage Tommy Hilfiger jacket, size small, blue denim, mid-length jacket, was belted. It had the like Sherpa faux fur trim. I've had this for over a year as well. And the last thing we have was this Viore men's shirt, sold for $25. Size medium, long sleeve, athletic shirt. I love selling this athletic brand. It's still doing super well for me. Let's move on to eBay. He's not been going above and beyond. He's just being a regular player, Prid. Sure, he's being a good teammate and cheering on the players, but we expect that of everyone. And he hasn't been that hurt, Prid. That's been a bunch of freaking drama as well. Okay, let's go to our orders. So first up, we have these pair of Lululemon leggings that sold for $31.99, which is great. These were a size 12, so a bigger size. They were also a newer style. They were the Wonder Under Train Tights full length. So really pretty. They were in excellent, like new condition. Next up, I sold this bundle of 2 items for $36.99. A Bowden black and white striped ruffle top, and then a J. McLaughlin shirt, also black and white striped, in a size medium. I've had that one for a while. This is an Eileen Fisher top that sold for $15. Size extra small, pink, orange, Irish linen, I guess half sleeve type of top. Again, taking every offer. These are a pair of a Goldie jeans that sold for $10.42. A Goldie does not sell as good as it used to. This is also a slim straight style, so if anything, it's got to be a really current style. Distressing is not in as much anymore. And those have been marked down multiple times, so I'm glad they finally sold. I sold this Chico's top for $13.99. Size 2.5, which is a US size 14. Got this in the summertime, hoping it would have sold in the summer. It went past that season, and it sold now. Next up is this vintage Halloween vest that sold for $29. I was getting $40 to $50 for most of these. And I'm not going to keep saying the same thing, but I accepted an offer to get it moving. And the closer it gets to Halloween, the more I want to just sell that stuff. This is the brand La Sport Sac. This sold for $12. This was this diamond print little like tote bag. This brand used to be better, I feel like, when I first started reselling. And I feel like it's kind of fallen off. Helmet Lang dress for $16. This is a very expensive brand. I've had this for almost a year. I can tell because I barely paint my nails and they were red there, which means that's when my husband took me to Disney World last year, which was in December. So that needs to get out of my store. This is a vintage 90s jacket that sold for $20. It was a patchwork, colorful jacket. The brand was Venezia. I just like the colorful boho type of look with all of that patchwork. Next up was a men's J. Crew shirt, sold for $19.50. This was the untucked organic cotton extra large long sleeve button up shirt. Next was an equipment shirt, sold for $24 with a coupon, size extra extra large, brown satin long sleeve button up, perfect for fall, very pretty. I sold this B Draddy polo. This sold for $15.11. This is a men's brand that I thought did pretty well, but I have sat on this forever, so glad to move it. Lots of lower sales. Viore pants, $42.99 with a coupon. Again, Viore selling great. These were size small. These were the gray camo performance joggers, and they did excellent. This was an XCVI dress that sold extremely quickly for $24. The stuff from XCVI that is this olive green color is selling very quickly for me right now. I've sold multiple pairs of pants and a skirt, and now I've sold a dress. So be on the lookout for that stuff, especially in that color. Next up was a vintage Wilson's leather coat that sold for $40. This was like a leather suede with this shearling type trim. I sold these Lululemon pants in a size medium, Dance Studio, $50.39. I've had these for a little while. They got marked down and someone sent me an offer. I only made a little bit of profit on these as I got them from a consignment store, but I didn't want to hold on to them for longer. Like, I probably really could have got more money, but I don't care. I'm not attached to any of these items. I need money. I need profit. This is a Vineyard Vines top. This sold for $22.05 with a coupon. This was a new with tags, and it was in a size 3X. So that's why I decided to grab it. It was very pretty with the floral colors. It just took a while to sell. Next up was this Catherine's top in a size 5X, sold for $19.99 with a coupon. Leopard print, long sleeve button up. Another pair of Lululemon, again, $50.39. These ones were a pink color. I think the exact same styles as the white. This Duluth top sold in hours. This sold for $24.99 with a coupon, and it wasn't a size 4X. So I think I had a viewer recently that said, pick up the Duluth stuff in the plus size. So thank you for that tip. It sold really well. I'm going to continue to experiment with that with my business. Next up was a pair of Lululemon pants in a size 10. These sold for $18. These were a pair of dark purple straight leg drawstring pants. I sold this J. Crew sweater blazer for $12. I have had this one for a while. It was a size medium, gray. These don't go for as much as they used to. That one just fell through the cracks. Next up was this Free People shirt, sold for $25. This was one of their cuffed thermals, which can be trendy, and I feel like they're kind of Y2K. So I would still pick these up if I see them out. Certain ones can still go for good money, especially look for the ones that have been seen on TV with some actresses. Those can go for really good. These are a pair of driftwood jeans, sold for $23.99. These are the Colette cropped jeans. Got the embroidery there on the bottom. Next up was an Anthropologie Mauve top. This sold for $39.99 with a coupon. This was new with tags. Size medium ivory lace top. This came out of a bin of stuff that I bought off of my daughter Grace. And then I sold this Lily Pulitzer dress for $18. This was in a size small, pink, navy blue, very typical Lily print. Athleta pants, size 4, navy blue Brooklyn straight, sold for $11.99. These came from Grace's bin as well, and these don't sell as good as they used to. This is the brand Indigena. This was a jacket. This sold for $25.20. This is their logo. Really close, reminds me of the Free People Movement logo. This brand can do okay for me. I'll still pick it up if it's cheap. I sold this equipment sweater for $20. This did have a hole in the neck, and it was 100% cashmere. So I grabbed it because it was cashmere. Wish it didn't have the hole. Probably could have got a little bit more. Another cashmere sweater, an Ann Taylor one. This sold for $16.79. Again, another little hole. So glad to still make some profit off of that. IC by Connie K tank top sold for $19.99. This was in a size extra large, gray, tunic length, lag and look type look. This was a great sale. These vintage 90s Y2K Doc Marten boots sold for $72. I got these for $9 or $8 at my local Goodwill. I've never seen Doc Marten boots of this style, so maybe that helped that they were pretty rare. So I was definitely happy for that. And then I think this is the last thing because you guys saw me ship those Athleta pants. This was a Scully vest, leather. It did have some wear, and it only sold for $15.11. So let's talk about numbers. This is profit after average cost of goods is taken out and seller fees. On Depop, I made $57.05. Mercari, $19.19. eBay, $622.74. Poshmark, $564.12. Total profit for the week, $1,263.10. Profit per day, $180.44. That is low for me. My goal at the beginning of the year was to make $250, $275 a day. I have $250 that was going to be hard because I was doing a different business model. I still would like to be at least $225 a day. So hopefully this weekend is good. Hopefully it picks up because, yeah, it's been bad. I think there's multiple things going on with the economy. People have said the government shut down. Do you guys think that's part of it? Poshmark's been messing with things. I don't know about eBay. My eBay actually has been pretty decent. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm going to keep being consistent, positive, keep picking up good inventory, listing things at good prices, all of the things. So hopefully we will see some better results soon. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you. Like this video if you haven't yet, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.